All right. And this one has to do with Ricochet because he had one hell of a week. And we start out at AEW Revolution, which was on Sunday. And Ricochet had a battle royal match to defend his NWA title that he has. We did a story about that if you want to go back and watch it. But yeah, so he defends his title on this battle royal and he loses. So he's crashing out online, and AEW uploads the video of him crashing out. There was a fan, and you would think this was an innocent enough comment. One of the fans, whose name is Sandy, commented on the video, and she said that his acting hasn't improved, and then like a little laughing emoji. To which Ricochet responded and said, "I'm glad you got MS."
Kind of went to 11 there, didn't he?
Yes, I would say her shit was at a one, and he
Yeah.
went to chop your head off.
Well, right for that jugular.
Yes. Now, this isn't a medical stream, so just a quick overrun here. What this is: MS is multiple sclerosis, and it's a disease that causes breakdown of the protective covering of the nerves. This is from WebMD, by the way. Multiple sclerosis can cause numbness, weakness, trouble walking, vision changes, and other symptoms, also known as MS for short. So basically,
You have a hard time walking and you're not as mobile as you were.
yeah, so it's basically the same energy as telling someone, "I'm glad you got cancer,"
Yeah.
is what we're kind of getting at here. Before we get too far, she responded to that and she said, "Well, if that makes you happy, have a great life." And again, this was the response from Sandy. And this will also be the last we hear from her because she packed up and went home after that.
Well, he won, I guess, didn't he?
Yeah, there was nothing else she could really say at that point. Yeah, she packed up and went home. She privated her account. She may still be crying herself to sleep at night. We don't know. And by the way, this is coming from TMZ, this article here. That's going to be important here in a second. So before we go to the next stage of this whole thing, do you think it was out of pocket that Ricochet bit this fan's head off, essentially?
I think the MS thing's maybe a bit tough. What I think he was trying to go for, he probably should have been less personal. Maybe called her an ugly bitch instead or something.
Yeah, so the thing here is if you click on her profile, like her banner thing said she had MS, so he had to go into her profile to find this MS thing.
Well,
And
he
then
did
he
his
came back.
research. Give him A for effort there.
Now, of course, he got a lot of heat for this.
Oh,
I
sure. I
mean,
bet.
people were tagging Tony Khan, people were tagging Samantha Irvin, who will also come into the story in a second here. Warner Brothers, like tagging everybody they could. Hey, do you stand by these comments? So,
What if Warner Brothers said, well, yeah. Who doesn't? Hashtag we love Ricochet.
like, yeah, we stand fully behind him. Which is funny. They didn't say anything about this, but again, that other story, they came out within seconds and said something. And also, a lot of people were pointing out that Trey Miguel got fired for what he said on Twitter 10 years ago. And here this is. And, Ricochet, as of now, still has a job. I will point out that the one difference there is Trey Miguel went after the gay community. So there's your difference. Now, again, he went definitely off the Richter scale when she was at a one. Like, it's so insignificant just saying you can't act. Like, maybe don't even respond to that comment, just leave it there. That being said, you're piling on the Ricochet cyberbullying train and you're trying to get your shit in, but then you have such a low hanging fruit. It's like you getting in a fight and then there's like that kid with like crutches that's coming to fight too. It's like, if you're getting involved, I know I can get you. Like, why jump in if you're showing an obvious?
Because she obviously thinks that that's something that wouldn't be attacked.
Yeah, I guess so.
At least not by Ricochet.
But that wouldn't be treated fairly.
No, of course
If
not.
he now, I'll say this is all in character for Ricochet. Like people were thinking that this was not even Ricochet. This was Trevor Mann just showing what a piece of shit human he is. Like, no, this was in character. Like he's been doing this whole internet troll thing since he's gotten to AEW. So this was definitely in character. Maybe he just got too into his character and went way too far.
I do think there's an element of that to this too. I think Ricochet is trying really hard to be a troll.
Yeah, I mean that's just like what he's been doing. Not to this extent, obviously, but just off the top of my head, back when that cameraman got pushed over and he put like a tweet out that was like pussy.
Yeah.
Like just stuff like that. He
Dumb
trolled
shit.
Yeah, he trolled JD from New York, who was also about to come into play here when he got taken off commentary, and he's like, "Hey, I don't want him calling my matches either." This is his character. Yes, he definitely went too far with it, but people are attacking him personally. I don't think this was him personally doing this. With that being said, he did issue an apology. Well, sorry, this wasn't an apology. This was a double down. It got deleted, so I didn't get the screenshot, and they don't have it here. So I'm just going off of memory here. But essentially, he said, "Hey, I get this shit all the time from the IWC. I give it back, and now y'all are crying like bitches," or something to that effect. That was his double down before the apology. And again, he pretty much was getting shit from everywhere on this. That was his thing. Hey, you do it to me, so I see his point.
I do too.
But again, he did definitely go a little too hard on Sandy.
I think if Sandy would have came at him just as hard, that would have been different. She just basically said he was a bad actor.
Yeah. But from his double down, you can kind of see like, okay, well, if I'm putting myself into his shoes, this was building up. I see the lowest hanging fruit. I'm going for it. Like, I'm going to baptize this bitch. And then, and then that's what he did.
Yeah, I'll be goddamn. I'm taking a lot of shit, but oh man,
Not today,
this time.
not this one. And yeah, I think everybody's been in that moment where you're just getting bullied by someone, and then that one person thinks they can jump in on it too. And it's like, no, I'm not taking the shit from you. But to look at it at the other side, he did just lose his title, so he could have been playing character because
Yeah.
the video was him crashing out, so it falls into play on the character. But yeah, the tweet stayed up for like a day, and now the story's going to take a turn after this. But we get the actual apology from Ricochet, and he said, "I took my hatred for the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community, out on Sandy and inadvertently others, and for that I sincerely apologize." And then he said he'll be better going forward. I don't know why everybody says that, by the way. Oh, we'll do better going forward. If we ever have to do an apology, that's not going to be a part of it. Okay, so we have his apology. Good for him. Now it's going to take a little bit weird of a turn. Again, we're not going to hear from Sandy anymore. She's packed up. But we take a weirder turn here. Enter JD from New York. So remember, I mentioned that we were getting this article from TMZ.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I mentioned that because of the next part of this story, because Ricochet, he issues his apology. Then the wrestling dirt sheets posted the stories at that point. So they didn't pick the story up when he posted, "I'm glad you got MS." The wrestling media waited until he posted his formal apology, and then they started picking the story up. Whereas TMZ picked it up kind of from the jump. So enter JD from New York here. And he says, "The state of wrestling media tonight says everything. Coverage was selective, and that's being generous. Ricochet's apology was amplified, but the original tweet that warranted was largely ignored. That's not accidental. That's selective reporting designed to control perceptive. Yes, deleting the tweet was the right move. It never should have been posted in the first place." As rich coming from him, but as I recall, he was the one that did the Alexa Bliss tweet that lives in infamy.
And he apologized like a bitch.
Yeah. If there's any real accountability, it should go beyond a deletion and include a meaningful gestures, such as supporting a reputable MS foundation. But the bigger issue is the media's role in this. Ignoring the offense and then circulating the apology is not balance, it's protection. And it's exactly why trusting the wrestling media continues to erode. Fans are paying attention, they're not easily misled, as some seem to believe. So you he definitely pays for Twitter because he's got some long ass tweets. Anyway, so yeah, he blamed the media for basically covering this up and not jumping on the tweets beforehand. And then this is going to create like a tailwind of stuff that happens afterwards. He was just the first person I saw that pointed it out.
So he's saying that the
And-
media is trying to downplay what Ricochet did. Like, oh, he apologized. He's a good guy now.
Yes, they didn't cover the first part, the MS part, because they're such in bed with AEW that they didn't want to post the negative publicity.
Ah,
That's basically what he was saying. That they didn't cover this until after he apologized, which then would have made it better. And it should be noted that Ricochet wasn't told to apologize. He apologized on his own. Apparently, he talked to a friend and they told him to apologize. So, yeah, we have JD. He says that. Then Sean Ross Sapp, who is like the voice of wrestling media. Now, it is noted that, him and JD from New York hate each other. And Sean Ross Sapp always calls him out to fight. So it is noted here. But he kind of took head point in this whole thing. I don't have any clip because they went on to do 3 different live streams to explain why they didn't cover it. So Sean Ross Sapp said he didn't cover it because he was, by the way, Sean Ross Sapp, if you don't know, is like I don't know if he's the owner, but he's definitely the like head guy for Fightful. And he said he didn't cover it because he was on vacation. I guess, planning a vacation in the middle of WrestleMania season is the best thing you can do.
as a wrestling journalist, yeah.
Yeah. Hey kids, if you're trying to get into any kind of field, definitely find out when your most busiest season is and then plan vacation for that moment. How about this? If you're working retail, plan your vacation for like Black Friday weekend. Make sure to take it off then. But anyway, Sean Ross Sapp decided now was the great time to take a vacation during WrestleMania season. That was his reason for not covering the tweet. And then he basically threw his team under the bus and said that the team should have covered it. Then the team did a live stream. This being
Fuck
the
Sean
Fightful
Ross
team.
Sapp.
Essentially, their reasoning was they didn't consider the tweet to be news.
I would have said Sean
Until-
Ross Sapp didn't tell me I could. We asked him if we could.
Oh,
He didn't
that's what
green
you would
light.
have said?
Yep. Fucker.
Well, I mean, they didn't even take it as that way, but that's what it was. He threw his team under the bus. I was on vacation and they didn't cover it. Like, if you are the leader, what kind of leader talks like that? Like, if a quarterback throws an interception, he doesn't say, oh, yeah, the guy ran the wrong route, and that's why I threw an interception to lose us the game. No, it's, yeah, I mean, I got to play better, even if it was blatantly the other guy's fault. I got to play better. If I would have made better plays here and there, that's what you do as a leader. You don't say, well, they should have did it.
My line didn't block.
Yeah. Oh, he ran the wrong route.
You can't catch for shit.
I saw him open, but he's dropped 3 passes already this game, so I didn't think I should throw it to him. So yeah, that's what Sean Ross Sapp said. And then the team didn't think the initial tweet was newsworthy. They went on this whole thing about like, if we started doing that, then the whole Fightful page would be just flooded with dumb tweets that wrestlers say. And that's not the kind of news source we want to be.
Oh, come on. If Cody Rhodes would have said like the N-word or something, they would have been all over that.
Yeah.
It's a bullshit.
But yeah, that was
They know
their
what they're
reasoning. Yeah, that was their reasoning, is they didn't cover it because they didn't think it was news until he apologized. And then it was newsworthy. And again, TMZ was where we got the story because they covered it from the beginning. Sean Ross Sapp, he did tweet something out, kind of social justice thing about Ronda Rousey, who showed up at AEW Revolution, and then they tried to get her canceled because apparently she is transphobic and something about Sandy Hook. She thought Sandy Hook was a conspiracy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Well,
They
she
probably
thought
still
that.
do.
She thought that, and yeah, Sean Ross Sapp was quick to post something about that. Oh, AEW brings in Ronda Rousey, who thought Sandy Hook was a conspiracy, and she's a transphobe. Like, okay, bro. Oh, by the way, she's a transphobe because she didn't want to fight a guy, or she thought it wasn't fair that someone who just went through their TRT is now competing in the women's division and knocked the shit out one of the competitors, one of the female competitors. So she didn't think that was fair, and that makes her the transphobe.
Yeah, the fucking hypocrites.
And then they ended off with, of course, oh, well, we'll do better going forward. There's that bullshit line again that everybody says.
Yeah.
So yeah, the dirt sheets got involved. They're actually still arguing about it. Sean Ross Sapp is not live. He's still responding to tweets about this whole situation, specifically them not covering the story. So I don't know. Just say, hey, I took a vacation. I was offline. I didn't see it
During WrestleMania season.
during WrestleMania season. Yes, I went on vacation during the busiest season that we have, and I didn't see the tweet until afterwards. And then at that point, I didn't think it was necessary to tweet it at that point because it was already too late. That's all you had to say. But yeah, to round things out here, like I said, Ricochet did apologize, and he apologized on his own. Where we are now, Ricochet has pretty much been off Twitter. Samantha Irving, she got drug into this whole thing, and she privated her account just like Sandy did from earlier.
Man. Ricochet's just collecting bodies.
Yes, so she privated her account. She shared that she had been getting death threats. Yeah, that's how out of hand it got. So I'll read some of these death threats that she got as we close the story out here. Here's one of them here. It says, understand something. After what your man did, blood is expected.
Blood's expected.
And then
I'll cut your damn body into pieces and throw it into the river because your husband is a vile racist. See you soon, you whore. I'll cut off your damn head.
so this was pretty much the reason I wanted to read it. That comment right there. So first of all, he said, I'll cut your damned body into pieces. And then your husband is a vile racist. Why are we throwing racists in there?
I have no clue. Is Sandy, what's Sandy?
She's white. So yeah. And MS is not racist. I can assure you that.
No.
It doesn't give a damn about your race. It's going to get you.
Oh, there's another one. Your husband is one racist motherfucker. What?
Yeah. And then, yeah, here's one. He's getting fucking offed. He's fucking dead. That's written. Who are these poets? Why are they saying stuff like blood is expected and that's written? Like,
good, deserved. Blood is expected. It's probably the same dude. This one's my favorite. Good morning. Just wanted to briefly let you know the comments that came from Baldy. Something bad is going to happen. Respectfully tell him, watch his back. Hell, if I got to go to AEW to get him, I will. And I'll get the Death Riders to handle him. Fair warning. Oh, by the way, you're too beautiful to be with a moron like him.
Golly.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, I don't know. Do you take those? I guess you have to kind of take them serious, but can you really take them serious? People are talking like they're in medieval times. It's written.
Well, I think the crazy ones, blood is expected. I mean, Yeah, you kind of have to. This dude, I got the Death Riders.
Yeah,
Probably
he
not.
doesn't even know what world he's in. Like, why are you bringing wrestling into to your real life threat? Like, he thinks they're. God, that guy's. He's so lost in life.
Can you imagine, like, in real life, if you don't stop right now, I'll stick my Death Riders on you.
Yeah, that guy didn't know what world he's in. And then he ended it with, like, you're too beautiful to be. Like, he
Yeah.
still found a way to simp. Like, he could have, like, oh, I'm going to take him out.
Just putting a bow on the delusion.
Like, he could have went, like, oh, I'm going to take him out, and then I'm going to save you from this, and we'll be together.
Yeah. I'll save you, Samantha.
Yeah. I'll protect you.
Then we can be together. I'll kill him and cut him up into pieces, and we'll be together. My Death Riders will put him in the trunk of a car and drive it off a mountain. We can run away together on my steed. Blood is expected.
So, yeah, I don't know if you take these comments. I guess you have to take them somewhat serious, but I don't know. These people think they're in fucking medieval times.
I don't know. Yeah, in today's day and age, you gotta treat crazy people like they're crazy.
Yeah, if anything, the last guy is probably got to take the most serious. He's probably the most delusional to actually act on something.
Well, what is he gonna do? He's gonna show up with his little trench coat and then, like, throw his arms out like a zombie, thinking he has magical powers. And then nothing happens. So go, yeah, I'm getting you. By the way, Samantha, you want to fuck after this?
We can go home, baby. But yeah, that's where we are on the whole thing here. So Ricochet had a hell of a week. I'm sure he'll be back. I don't think he's gonna, get fired over this. Especially going back to it, this was basically his character that he just took way too far.
The real question is, will Sandy be back?
I don't know. That might have been it for her. Like, I ain't playing this social media thing anymore. But yes, crazy weekend for Ricochet, and we will see the aftermath of all this.